Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sheila and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this romper. So this is the upper side and this is the lower side and they look exactly the same. So I'm going to be taking you through this step by step until you get your desired fitting and you learn how to make it. So the tools you'll need for this project, you'll need a measuring tape, a pair of scissors, a 3.75mm hook. This is what I'm using because I'm going to be using Alize cotton gold, but if you're using any other yarn that maybe recommends a 5mm, I'd go for that if you're making for an adult size. Then a yarn needle to weave in the ends. Yeah, and that's it. So we're going to take a measuring tape and take the measurement of our widest point of our bodies. So if the widest point of your body is your hips, please take that measurement. Note it down. Yeah, so if your hip size, let me say hips 40 inches, let me say that's the measurement. You're going to divide this by 4 and then you'll get 10 inches. I'm going to demonstrate this using a kid's size, but at the end of this project you're going to be able to make for any size that you want, because I'm going to give general instructions, the main measurements and how to go about that measurement. So my niece is 20 inches. She's only 2 years and the widest point of her body, since she has a kind of big stomach, is 20 inches and also her hip size is 20 inches. So that's the measurement I'm going to get. Divide it by 4. So I'll be having 5 inches. So I'm going to be working with this measurement. So go ahead and measure the widest point of your body. If it's your bust, if it's your, but I would rather the hip area because that would give you a better fitting. So your hips, divide by 4, get that measurement. And now we're going to start from the upper part of the romper, because the romper is worked like this. This is the first granny, then the second granny would do this, then the third granny will do this. This is number 1, this is 2, then 3. And now our bodies are maybe like this. Now the fourth granny will go, this will be half of the fourth granny and then the other half goes to the other side. Then half of this, half of the fifth is at the front, half of it is at the back. Then the 6th one will be like this at the back. Then the 7th one will be like this at the back. Then this will be the 8th at the back. So we need 8 granny squares. At this point, we need 8 of them. So I'm going to take you through. Since I'm making for the baby, I decided to do this. This is the color that I've chosen to make for her. And we can measure this at this point. You're going to lay it flat and I'm going to show you what I was talking about. So I've done only 5 rows of the granny square and this measures exactly 5 inches. Okay, it's like this. Okay, so I was saying when you measure from one corner across to the other corner, not like this, like this, that should be 5 inches. So that means we are going to have 8 of these, and I'm going to be showing you how to make this. And the yarn needle is to hide these tails, so you'll be hiding them so that they don't remain hanging on your project like that. This is the use of the yarn needle. So at this point you can always cut it so that it's neat. So I'm going to be showing you how I did this from beginning to end. So I told you I made only 5 rows for my niece. Let me put this aside and start on the second one. So for the second one, make a magic circle, chain 3, 1 2 3, and this counts as a double crochet. So double crochet 2 more times in that circle, 1 2. So this counts as 3 double crochets. So chain 2, make 3 more double crochets in that same circle because we are doing a square. 3, chain 2, do 3 more double crochets in the same space, chain 2, and do the last 3 double crochets in that same space. Pull this tail to close up the circle. So at this point you're going to have 4 clusters of 3 double crochets. So chain 2, this is the last corner, and you're going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3. So you're going to count 1 2 3, and in there you're going to slip stitch. So you can see the box has already formed. Everywhere where there's a space is a corner. So you're going to chain 3, turn your work. This counts as a double crochet, so double crochet 2 more times there, and this is a space, this is a corner, so every corner is going to get 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So this is 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets, 1 2 and 3. So we are going to chain 1, and then we are now on the next corner. So the next corner will get 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. So chain 1, so we are on the next corner. We are going to do the same thing, 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and now in the last corner we are going to do the last 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So this is what you should be having at this point. So here we're going to chain 1 and slip stitch on top of the chain 3, on top of the first chain 3. So we have 2 corners here and 2 corners here. So you're going to chain 3, turn your work. So I decided to use one color so that I don't have so many strings to weave in. So you can decide to use whatever color combination is good for you. So you can change a color every row if you wish. So chain 3, turn your work. Then every chain 1 space gets only 3 double crochets. So since this counts as a double crochet, we are going to just add 2 there. Then every corner, chain 1, every corner gets 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Chain 1, so this is not a corner, so we are going to only place 3 double crochets. This is a corner, so that will be 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. So chain 1, this is a chain 1 space, so that one gets only 3 double crochets. Chain 1, this is a corner, so the corner will get 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets. This is what you should be having. So here we are going to go all the way around until the end of the row. So 3 here and chain 1, and then the corner gets 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets. Chain 1 and slip stitch to the 3rd chain of the chain 3. That's what we have. So go ahead and do a total of 5 rows, because we did 5 here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, there are only 4 rows. 1, 2, 3 and 4. I thought there were 5. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and then do 2 more in that space since it's not a corner. Then you're going to chain 1, and in the corner do 3 double crochets. Okay, now I would like to join, because our motif tells us that we shall join this 1 to 2 at this point. 1 joins to 2 at this point. So when you get to this part, just choose any corner that you decide to join to the other side. So when you do 3 here, you're going to chain 1 and then remove your hook, and then you're going to put your hook through one of the corners on the other side and pull through that loop. So we've already chained 1 here. Now you're going to chain your 2nd one and then continue working your 3 double crochets in that corner. So this is what you'll have. So continue this row and finish it up. Chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So I'll be joining my granny squares directly as I work, so I'll be showing you every step. This is a corner, so 3, chain 2, 3. This project can really be hectic if you're swapping colors, but if it's a plain color, then you have nothing to worry about. So we are almost done with our row, with our last round, sorry. So this is what you're having right now. Don't worry about these strings, we shall deal with them later. Chain 1, double crochet 3 times in the chain 1 space. Chain 1. Now it's time to slip stitch. So you're going to count to the 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3. And in the 3rd chain, you're going to slip stitch there. And then chain 1 and cut your yarn. So now, at least we've done 2. So as you can see, this is baby size. These are the measurements we've based on. So go ahead and do exactly what you need for your measurement or the person who you're making the piece for. So so we're going to go to the 3rd one. We're going to do the same exact thing, make a magic circle. So you can go back, rewind this video and see how I started the 2nd granny square until row 3, until like the row before the last row. That's where you should stop, the row before the last one, and then I'll show you how to join them. So I've come to my last row. I've come to the end of the 3rd row. So now we're going to work the 4th while joining. So always make sure when you're doing the 1st granny square, no problem, you can do it and finish it up to the 4th row. Now for all the other granny squares, keep in mind that you stop on the 2nd last row, so that the last row is always the joining row. Okay, now when it comes to my 3rd row, okay, now that I'm in the middle here, it's kind of tricky, so I'm going to chain 1 and cut my yarn. Then I get to a point whereby I'm in the corner section. So let me reattach my yarn here. This is row 4. So you're going to chain 3, which counts as a stitch, double crochet 2 times, and now we are going to start joining. We're going to start joining to the corners. So decide which side is your front side, because I think this is my back side and here I'm at the back side. So I had to turn my work like this. So chain 1, attach, because the third one, the third square goes down here. So that's what you're going to do. So after the 3 double crochets, you're going to chain 1, remove your hook, put your hook through that corner, and then pull this loop through. So as you can see, we are going to join that granny square to fit this V below. So you're going to chain another one to make a total of 2, then double crochet 3 times in that same space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, remove your hook, put it through the next space, this one, and now you're going to pull this loop through, and now you're going to double crochet 3 times in the next space, chain 1, remove your hook, put your hook through the next space, pull through this loop, sorry, you don't have to chain 1 again because you've already chained. So double crochet 3 times in the next space on this granny square. So this is what is happening. We're joining the square but directly. So we're going to chain 1, remove your hook, place your hook in the next space, pull this loop through, and now we're at the corner, so make 3 double crochets. Don't forget this is a corner. Chain 1, remember the corner always has to get 2, but you're going to chain 1. Now we're at this point. You're going to put through the side that's next to the 3 double crochets. You pull through, chain 1, then also pull the loop through the other side. So we've chained 2 in the process. You're going to put 3 more double crochets in that corner. 1, 2, 3. So now we are working on this other side. Remove, chain 1, remove your hook, put it through the next space, pull through that loop, double crochet 3 times in the lower space, chain 1, remove your hook, pull it through that other space like this, double crochet 3 times in the next space like that, chain 1, remove your hook, put it in the next space and pull through, and then now this is a corner, so you're going to have 3 double crochets, chain 1. Now we're going to attach to this corner also, so you're going to remove your hook from here, put your hook into this other side, pull that loop through and chain the second one, and then you're going to place 3 more double crochets in that space, then complete the row. Chain 1, 3 double crochets. So we are done with the joining at this point. Chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 2, because this is a corner, so we're going to place 3 more double crochets in that space. Like that. So go all the way until you finish this row. So this row ends here where we started from. So we're going to go ahead and finish it up. Chain 1 and double crochet 3 times into the next space. Chain 1, and now you're going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3 here, like this. And now you're going to chain 1 and cut your yarn. So we are done with joining the 3rd granny square. Don't mind about the folds, they'll straighten out. So this is what we have right now. So at this point, we are done with 1, we are done with 2, and we are done with 3. So we are going to work 4. So go ahead and do 3 rows, since that's the measurement I'm using for this project. But go ahead and do the rows that you need until the second last row before you start working on the last row. Then I'll show you how to join the other one, the other granny square. Okay, so I've come to the 3rd row, to the end of the 3rd row of my next granny square, and this one, this is our sketch 1, 2, 3. Now the 4th only joins here to this part, then the 5th one joins here, but down it doesn't join to anything. So I think since it joins to one side, I'm going to go ahead and do this 1, 2, 3, turn my work, and now I'm going to double crochet 3 times in that space, chain 1, sorry, then go to the corner because that's where I want to join from. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and now it showed us that we are joining to here, so we are joining here along that line. So get one side of the corner here in this hole, pull through that loop, chain the second one, remove your hook and pull through the second loop. So we are done with the chain 2, and now we are going to finish up our corner with 3 more double crochets. So chain 1, remove your hook, put it through the next space, and now you're going to double crochet 3 times in the next space, chain 1, remove your hook, put it through the next loop, and double crochet 3 times in the next space, like that. Chain 1, remove your hook, put it through the next space, pull through and double crochet 3 times, but this is a corner, so you're going to chain 1 more, 1, and then put through this corner and pull your yarn through and chain the second one. And now you're going to place 3 more double crochets to finish up that corner, and then chain 1 and finish up your row of granny square, your 4th row. So let me finish it up and I show you what we have at this point. 3, chain 2, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3. We're at the corner, so chain 1, make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets in that space, so chain 1, double crochet 3 times in this next space, and now you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch in the 3rd chain. On top of the 3rd chain, chain 1 and cut your yarn. So this is what we have. So the reason why I was telling you 4 and 5 are halfway is because we are going to fold them like this. This is how they are going to look like. So you should be, right now, this measurement across from here to here should be the half your measurement that you took of the widest point of your body. That is the hips, let me say. So since we are doing for the child size and her size was 20, this measurement should automatically be 10. So you can see it's 10 inches. So make sure you have that. So go ahead and do this was 5, it's showing 5. That means you're going to go ahead and do 4 and attach it the same exact way as 5. So I have my 5th gurney here, and we're going to attach it just like this one here at this point. So we're going to attach it while moving upwards. So what I'm going to do is chain 3, turn my work and work as usual until I reach the corner. So chain 1, and then now I'm in the corner section. 1, 2 and 3. So chain 1, you're going to grab your work here, put it through one side, pull this loop through, chain the 2nd, remove your hook, pull through that loop on this other side. So we've already chained our 2, and now we're going to do 3 more double crochets in that corner. So we've attached that, chain 1, remove your hook, attach this to the other side, and do 3 double crochets, chain 1, remove your hook, attach, pull through this loop to attach to the other side, double crochet 3 times in the next loop, in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, remove your hook and pull through on the opposite side, and now we are in the corner. So you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, remove your hook, place your hook on this other corner, pull through, chain your next one. Then you're going to finish up that round, because that's the only place that we had to attach. We only had to attach here. So you're going to go all the way around until you finish this round. So we shall have this, and we shall also have this. So we are going to do the same exact thing at the back. Now for the back, you're going to do exactly this and this, but attached exactly like how you see this image. And I'll see you when you're done with that. So go ahead and do the same exact thing that we've been doing. Do the first one, do the second one, the third one, and then attach these ones on this other side. So let me show you. So as you can see here, there are blank spaces. When you're working on the first one, this time you're going to work on it but attach here. You're going to work on it like the normal one but attach here, then go around it. Don't attach anywhere else. When you're working on the second one, attach it to the first one in the middle and also attach at this point. Then when you're working the third one, you attach it to the first one here and the second one here. I hope I'm clear. I'll show you when I'm done with everything. Okay, so you notice that some people may be confused, so I came back to show you how to attach the 6th granny. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far, and this is how your work should look like. So for the 6th, you're going to chain 3, turn, and work 2 more double crochets in that space. Chain 1, work 3 double crochets in the corner. So it's time to join because now we're at the corner. So we are going to join it here so that it goes like this. So you're going to chain 1 and then attach it to that corner. Chain the second one and then do 3 more double crochets in that corner. Chain 1, remove your hook, attach it to the other side, then do 3 more double crochets in the next space. Chain 1, attach it and do 3 double crochets. Chain 1, attach it to the next space and do 3 double crochets in that corner. 1, 2 and 3. So you're going to chain 1, put through this one, not this one first, pull through that loop, chain the second one, remove your hook, pull through that loop on the other side. And now you're going to do 3 more double crochets in that space since it was a corner. So chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 2. This is a corner, so it will get 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 doubles, chain 1, 3 doubles, and since this is a corner, you're going to do chain 2 and 3 more doubles. So that's what we have for now. Go ahead and finish this whole round. This is round 4. of the 6th granny square. So chain 1 and slip stitch on top of the chain 3. Chain 1, cut your yarn. So at this point, this is what we have. Try to stretch out your work a bit so that it doesn't fold so much. Along the joined rows, because that's the reason they're folding. So as you can see, we're having this. Now we are going to do another one, because once we fold here like this, we are going to have 2 here, and now we need to do the same here. We need to make another granny square here. So go ahead and do the same exact thing that we did here. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So once you get that right, we shall do our very last granny square. This one, this middle one at the back. So go ahead and do this one and attach it to here, not here, here, because this part is our armhole area. These are where the arms are. So make sure you attach it here at this point. So after attaching your 7th granny square, you should be having that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what you should be having. If you don't have something like this, then you've done it wrong, because we are going to just join like this and then place our last granny square at this point. So if you don't have this, review your work, make sure you correct the misplacements of the granny squares. So for the for the last granny square, 4th row, I've worked until the corner. So since we have this, that means we can connect this here, this corner, and then connect again to this corner, then we have it free. So we're at the corner right now. Chain 1. We are going to connect this corner now. Pull through the loop, chain the 2nd one, remove your hook, pull through this, and now finish up that corner with 3 doubles. Chain 1, remove your hook, attach it here, then place 3 double crochets in the next stitch. Chain 1, pull through this loop, place 3 double crochets here. Chain 1, remove your hook, attach it to this loop, and 3 double crochets in the corner. Chain 1, remove your hook, attach to this corner, and pull through that loop, chain the 2nd chain, and then place 3 more double crochets. No, actually, before you place 3 more, at this point, when you do this, when you're pulling through this loop, you're also going to bring this corner to your side. So you're going to put through this and onto the other side, and you're going to pull through that loop on both sides there, so that they attach. And now I'm going to do a 2nd chain and double crochet 3 more times. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Now we are working on this other side of the other granny square here, only up to here, not until the end, only up to here. So chain 1, remove your hook, insert it on the opposite side and double crochet 3 times in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, remove your hook, attach it to the next space and double crochet 3 times. Chain 1, remove, attach and double crochet 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. Now we're at the corner, so that means you're going to chain 1, remove your hook, pass through the first gap, chain the second one, remove your hook, pull it through the second gap like that. And now you're going to place 3 more double crochets in this space, and at this point we are done joining. We are not going to join anymore. You're going to just go around and finish up the 4th row of the last granny square. So chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, this is a corner, so 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 more double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the chain 1 space, chain 1, slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, chain 1 and cut your thread. So at this point you have this. So we are done, we are literally done with the top part of our romper. You can see what we have here is what we have here. This, let me show you where we are right now. This is the one for the adult. So you have this. So at this point we are here, but we haven't yet filled in these gaps. We are still at this point. So we finished this. So now we are going to work until the crotch area down here. So for the adult, I don't know how many rows you need to reach there, but for me, let me see this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It took me 14 rows to start splitting the legs, but I don't know how many rows it will take you, but I'm going to show you how to go about it. And now you can see that there will be straps here. That's for our romper here. We shall have straps that are coming off. Then we are going to start working downwards to the leg area, split the legs, then we shall be done with our romper. So I'm going to take you step by step and show you exactly what to do. So at this point I'm going to show you how to make, now we are going to be working in rounds like this all the way around like this until you have a length that is long enough to get to your crotch area. That's the middle of the legs. This point should get to the middle of the legs, and I'll see you when you have that. So I'm going to show you the very first row and that's the row that you're going to repeat for a total of the rows that you need for that middle point to get to your crotch area. So I'm going to attach my yarn at one of these corners. So let me attach here. So since this is a corner, this will always remain a corner. So chain 3 and place 2 more double crochets in that same space, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So it's a total of 3, chain 2, 3. So that's for every corner. Then chain 1, and then in this chain 1 space you're going to have 3 double crochets. Then chain 1, and in this space 3 double crochets. Sorry for the noise. Then chain 1, and in this space you're going to do 3 double crochets. So when you get to the valleys, I'll call these peaks. Now once you get to the valleys, you're going to just stop here, skip all this and start working here. Hope that makes sense. You're not going to be working at this point in the middle section. So at this point you're not even going to chain 1. Don't chain in between, just go directly to the other side and start working 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So you can see this. That's the effect we want to create at this point. So this will be the biggest hole. Don't worry about this hole. It's going to be the biggest. The others are not going to be this big. So chain 1, then 3 double crochets. So we are literally working what we were working for the granny squares, but this time in rounds. So this is a peak. So you're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So you can see every peak gets 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So chain 1, 3 double crochets in this chain 1 space, chain 1, 3 double crochets here, chain 1, 3 double crochets in this space, that's what you should have. Now we've reached the valley. We are not going to place anything here. We are going to skip over. Don't chain here. You're going to just directly go to the next space and make 3 double crochets. So keep doing that all the way around, because we are working in rounds now. We are building our romper in rounds. So I don't know whether you used 1 color or 3 colors. You decide when to change the colors. So we are working downwards because here we are going to have straps for the shoulders. So continue that until the end of the round, and I'll show you what to do when you come to the end. So I'm coming to the end of the row. As you can see, this was where we started from. So you're going to chain 1 and attach to the top of the chain 3. that's what you'll have. So you're going to repeat that all the way around until you get to the middle of your legs. So for the baby, I measured, and I had 12 inches right from here, from this point, from that point up to down. Sorry, I think it was from here up to where the legs split from. That was around 11 inches. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So I'm going to take off this length, and I have this until this is around 11 inches. So I wanted to show you something here. After doing a slip stitch, you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and into the next stitch, and into that space, so that you start working from a gap, and then you do exactly what you did for the previous row. So go ahead and do that. So I've gotten to that point whereby it's comfortable for the baby. I told you this is a baby romper. It's comfortable for her to wear it, and this part touches this part of the romper when she's wearing it. So go ahead and make those rows that you need. I just needed around, let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, around 9 rows of this to let me see, to get to that measurement. So try it on and try to join these parts together, and the moment they can touch without you straining this part, then you're good to go. So from here, right now we're at the middle part, so we are going to join this. So this is where I had stopped. I slip stitched, I chained 1 and slip stitched in the chain 3. So slip stitch into the next stitch, and into the next one, and into the space. So right now we're going to join the other side to this side to make 2 leg holes. So you're going to just make a single crochet from here into the other side and join it like this. So that means this is our first leg, and this is our second one. So now we're going to start working on one side of the leg. So chain 3. Now hold your work like this. You're going to place here in this space, you're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. But since we have this side and this side, I prefer to go behind. So that will be the second one and the third one. Then chain 2, 3 double crochets, so meaning this is still going to be a peak because we've placed 3, chain 2, 3. So go ahead and do 3 double crochets in each chain 1 space. Okay, 2 and 3. So when you get to the valley, this is a valley, do the same thing, skip this and go over to this side. Chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. This is a peak, so it will get 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Like that. Chain 1 and place 3 double crochets in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, 3 double crochets. So don't forget, each chain 1 space only 3 double crochets. Each peak gets 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Each valley, nothing is worked there. So this is the valley. Remember, we just directly cross over, we don't chain in between. So place 3 double crochets, chain 1, then 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets here, chain 1, and slip stitch to the chain 3. Slip stitch there, top of the chain 3. So as you can see, we've worked 1 row of our leg hole here. So that's what we are going to keep doing. So slip stitch into the next stitch and into the gap. So chain 3. So this is a peak, so you put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. Chain 1. So you continue as the same thing you did for the previous row. So go all the way around for the length that you need. So since this is a baby, I'm going to do around 5 rows of this, and I'll get back to you once I have the 5 rows, and I'll show you how one side will be looking like. Okay, so I have my 5 rows. This is how they look like. Remember, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now this is how the first leg looks like. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up, and you're going to do the same exact thing for the other leg. So you will slip stitch into the next stitch like that. Then you slip stitch into the next stitch, slip stitch into the space twice, so that you move to this other side. So now we are going to start covering up this V shape of the legs to make it flat. You can leave it like this if you want, but I would rather something that's flat down. So what you're going to do, you're going to make a chain of 3, and then you're not going to place anything here. You're going to go to the next space and place 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space. So now we've reached the valley, so we're going to cross over to the other side. We're not going to work anything in the valley. Chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, 1, 2, and 3. And after this, you're going to just directly go into this space and make a double crochet. So this side we started with a chain 3, which acts as a double crochet. This side we end with a double crochet, so that we balance the 2 sides. Then chain 3 and turn your work. We are first working on this part, we make it flat, then we come to this other side. So chain 3 and then go to this space and place 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next space, chain 1, sorry, don't chain because this is a valley, so we don't chain in the valley, we just skip over to the other side, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1 and then 3 in this one, 3 double crochets, then in this space you're going to go directly in that space and just do 1 double crochet. So we are closing in, so chain 3, turn your work, skip all this and come to this side, so 3 double crochets. We're already in the valley right now, so cross over to the other side and do 3 double crochets like that, then double crochet in this last space like that. So at this point we have this and this, so just turn your work like this and double crochet in that space. Make sure that double crochet is very tight like that, then chain 1 and cut your yarn. So as you can see, we've made this flat and then this side is still like this. We are going to go and also make it flat. I'm going to show you one more time so that you get it clearly. Our romper is coming together, so we are going to attach our yarn at one of the corners. So get a corner here at the peak, attach your yarn, chain 3, skip all this and into the next chain 1 space you're going to put 3 double crochets, chain 1, in the next chain 1 space 3 double crochets, chain 1, then in the next space 3 double crochets, chain, sorry, you don't chain because it's a valley, this is a valley, so we skip over to the other side and do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So whatever length you have, just keep going until you reach the last peak. So now we are here at the peak, so we are going to just put 1 double crochet there and then chain 3, turn our work, we are going back on the same side, so skip all this and here you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, sorry, we're at the valley, so cross over to the other side, placing 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So here we have only this left, so you're going to place a double crochet in that space like that, chain 3, turn your work, then you're going to double crochet 3 times in this space, then we're already in the valley, that means we just cross over to the other side directly and place 3 double crochets in that space like that, then we place 1 here in this last space, then we are going to just turn our work like this and place 1 last double crochet in that space and chain 1, then you cut your yarn. So at this point we are done with our leg, one side of the leg. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did here. Balance this leg because this leg is still pending. So I'm going to show you the first row, the crucial part of the first row, then you're going to go ahead and make the same exact thing as you did on the first leg. So you're going to attach your yarn here on this side. Attach, chain 3, then place 3 more chains, 2 more double crochets like that to make a total of 3, chain 2, then place on this other side. So that is 1 peak. This is a peak. As you can see here, the middle section also had a peak. So rewind the video and do the second leg. Do the same number of rows as you did for the second leg before you started flattening the bottom. And then you go ahead and start flattening that bottom. Then I'll see you when you're done with that. Okay, so I finished the leg part, the 2 legs. As you could see, make sure you keep this valley section because when you're working, your work is going to be like this. So these will always be valleys until the end. So that's what I wanted to emphasize. Maybe I'll give this an edging so that it's not like this, to give it a better finishing. So at this point, I'm going to make an edging in the same exact color, pink, and I'm going to just go around making I think a half double crochet row because single crochet may be too small. So both sides look the same. So I'm going to attach my yarn here. Okay, chain 1, half double crochet in that same space like that, then half double crochet in this space in between the 2 double crochets. That's why I'm going to do the half double crochet like that. So go all the way around into the space, then into the middle of the stitches like that. I don't want to tighten this upper section. I want it to be as free as it can be. That's why I opted for half double crochet. So keep going. When you reach the top here, you're going to make a half double crochet, chain 3, then double crochet down into the space like that. So now right now we are making the first strap. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 into the space. This is 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 10, 1, 2, 3, 11. So I'm making a strap, if you're wondering what I'm making right now. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 13, 1, 2, 3, 14, I'm going to make 15 so that it's not so tight and it's also adjustable as the baby grows, so she can wear it when she's a bit older. So these are 15. You're going to chain 3 and then place a single crochet in that space. So we're going back down. 1, 2, 3. Go back down. 1, 2, 3. Into the next space. 1, 2, 3. To the next space. So go all the way down. Back to the romper. Like that. This is how our strap is going to look like. So finish up. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. So now we are almost at the romper part. So you're going to chain 1, 2, 3 and then do a single crochet here like that. And now you're going to do the last chain 3 and half double crochet in that same space. Half double crochet, then half double crochet in between these 2 stitches. So go all the way around into the next one, into the space, then in between these ones and into the space like that, and go all the way around until you reach the next strap. Do the same thing. Like that. One half double crochet. So when you get here, this part, you're going to just, here we stopped here, so we're going to jump over and start from this space and keep going until we reach the next strap. And you're going to do the same exact thing that you did for the first strap. So the reason for skipping here is to keep that dent like that. So keep going and I'll work your whole round while attaching straps at the 4 points. So every peak is going to have a strap. So here, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the space and keep going. So do the 4 straps. Here, 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 and here. And then this strap will tie to this one and this one to this one. So go ahead and finish that whole round while attaching straps in the process. Okay, so I'm done with my straps. This is how they look like. This is how I decided to do the edging for the legs. I did the first part. I'm going to show you how to do exactly that on the other side. So grab your yarn. Attach it at any point, So I'll attach it here in this space. So you're going to chain 3, then double crochet 3 times in that same space. So 1, 2, and 3, then single crochet in that same space. So this is what we are going to do for every space. This is the next space, so single crochet, chain 3, then 1, 2, 3, then single crochet in that same space. So go all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. Single crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So this is what we are coming up with. That's the edging that I did on the other side. So single crochet in the same space, single crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, single crochet. So go all the way around, and when you reach the last space, do the same and slip stitch here in the first base, the first single crochet at the base. Yeah, and that will be it for this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos and click the notification bell to be notified whenever I post a video. Don't forget to do that. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to tag me in all your projects that I have inspired. And yeah, thank you so much for your time and for watching. Bye.